Come on.
We're live!
Yay!
We're back after our Christmas hiatus.
Yay! Fresh-faced and ready to go.
Yeah. Hands up who started a coup.
There's somewhere for me chickens to live.
Hey!
Oh.
He's there, ladies and gentlemen. Mikey. Right. We've got an.
I just want to be outside, Dave. That's all I want.
You want to be, Hannah. I mean, actually, Hannah's fine as well. We've had Leicester is on day 296, 295 of lockdown as of today.
Right, okay.
But what is there to do in Leicester anyway?
I've killed before, Dave. I've killed before, and I'll happily break lockdown.
He'll do it again.
Right, come on, let's start this mofo. We've got an order. Going first.
Wait, what order?
Right, going first is Adam. Adam, what's your story about?
It's about the immense difficulty I have getting back from places.
Okay. After Adam,
my story in a sentence.
Yeah. After Adam, we've got Steph. Steph, what's your story about? And have you finished work?
I finished work, and my story is the journey of my mental breakdown over Christmas.
Well, this is going to be a relatable story. Isn't it?
Relatable content.
Hashtag relatable content.
I'm going after Steph, and my story is about: did I do the right thing or the wrong thing?
Ooh, a moral quandary.
A moral quandary. After me is Mikey. Mikey, what's your story about?
Well, during the week, I asked a question in the group chat about whether you could be rescinded of a qualification, if that qualification no longer exists. And the general rule was no, so way!
Yay!
And then after Mikey, finishing off the night will be Hannah. Hannah, what's your story about?
Well, I couldn't think of one, and then the only thing I thought of was I saw a TikTok with Paul Chuckle on it, and I remembered that I've met him, and so that's what my story is about.
I mean, in terms of
can we change the order?
It's not that exciting. It's not that exciting.
Yes, it is. Anything with Paul Chuckle in it's tremendous.
Yeah. In fact, no, we'll keep
You
it
had a
till
new
the end.
tattoo, Adam?
No, I ordered one, and it's a sticker.
Ah,
Little sticker.
it's so cute.
I'd just like to draw attention to the fact that Jonty's put in the chat, to me to coup.
Hey!
Yeah.
I'm getting every message in the chat
This
twice.
is why we're friends.
John T, we're kicking you off the Discord for that.
Stop being funnier than us.
I miss
Right.
John T so much.
Oh, we all miss each other and everyone so much. Let's all
Obviously.
let's all get vaccinated and then hug for a month.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
No,
But not Steph because she doesn't like it. But
You can't-
I'm going to hug Dave for a month and maintain aggressive eye contact with Steph the whole time.
That's worse.
This should be you.
Adam looks like it's me and you, pal.
It's not going to be a hug. It's going to be a cuddle puddle.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a cuddle puddle. I like
Puddle.
that.
Just get all those
We're
cussions
gonna-
from
We're
the...
gonna have to take
I
it. We're gonna have to
really
take
like
it in
that.
turns on the outside, like penguins.
Yeah, revolt.
That'd be brilliant.
You can can come in when she wants, join in, and then you're like, done. I'm going to have my PS4.
I'm just going to stand on the outside and clap to keep you all in time.
In time.
In time.
Not a sex fuck pit.
All right.
Did you just say sex fuck pit?
Can you not say that on the podcast? It has now been said twice.
It's been said twice.
I'm not saying it.
Right,
The
come on. We're already running over.
Yeah, come on.
No, we're
Right.
not. No, given our last one before like split up when it was like 8 hours long. We are.
I
10-hour podcast. And by the end, I was just like a
not
small
seen
puddle.
that.
Even we weren't watching by the end of it.
I couldn't watch it back because I was too embarrassed of myself. Like
Jingly
always.
bell.
Life is
Jingle
better.
bell.
Life is
Let's-
better with curtain cider.
Look, stop it. Let's start this thing.
Oh, no.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Autograph, please.
Adam Unwin. Go!
Yay!
Right. I will now deliver this at a pace to keep us on time.
All right, Thatcher.
All right, Thatcher. No, I'm not dead. I feel like be more Thatcher, but anyway, yes. What was the story about? Oh yeah, how I'm crapping getting back in places. So,
Going well.
in theory, the theory of train transport is that it's perfect. The theory of it is amazing because you are a passenger and everyone, like, as much as we all want to be in the driving seat, no, we don't. We want to be a passenger. That's what we all want to be because then you get to play the radio, read a book, and look out the window and just generally look at the
Have a
landscape.
nap.
Love it.
Yeah.
So the theory of a train is amazing because you can achieve a goal, which is to get from A to B without doing anything. It's you can sleep, wake up, and you've achieved a goal. And also because you're rocking slightly, you're always moving your core. It's a little bit of a workout, which is why after a long train journey, you feel tired. Genuine true fact: go on trains a lot, you'll get a six-pack. There you go. Fun little life hack
I don't
for you.
think that's true.
It's because you're rocking all the time. After a while, you stop because your body gets used to it. So your core is working to counteract that.
Yeah, but I'm also often eating a pan au chocolat if I'm on a train. So
In most
That's the
in
fault
most
of-
trains, Adam.
That
In
is
most
the
trains,
most-
Adam. It's a miracle I even get a space.
As I
And
said,
I'm not moaning. I'm just
just saying a fact.
in practice, however, trains are shite because they're run by capitalists. How can you have competition when you're the only one on a line? It's just fucking dumb. If you allow more than two different companies on a line, then you'd have competition. You'd have a race to the top rather than the bottom. But no, go government. Sorry, I went for a wonderful socialist rant then, and it's the first of 4 I've scheduled for today.
So what you're saying is, in the Utopia is Thomas the Tank Engine.
No, because
the,
that is
the reality is source code.
No, because you can't even know because Isle of Sodor is based purely on the labor of slaves. They don't get paid. They're forced around the track. I've got. That's my second socialist rant. Done. 2 to go.
Can I just
also,
say, I
one of
purchased.
them is literally one of them is tunneled up into bricked up into a tunnel.
That haunts
And
me.
in canon, in the books, they are never let out, and another train takes their place. Like the fucking Belgians in the Congo did shit like that. So
Can I just say, I bought.
Steph looks at
I
like
bought
how I
this.
feel.
I bought this week, Animal Crossing, and I'm trying to decide whether it's a gangster game or a Marxist utopia.
It's not Marxist because
No.
you have to
No.
keep paying so much bloody money to that raccoon.
Yeah, but he's So Tom Nook is Tony Soprano, but he's left the means of production in the hands of the workers.
Yeah, except none of those other fuckers do anything. It's all me. I'm there. I'm the one picking up the shells all day, selling them on, making money to build their houses. And what do they do all day? Skip
the
about.
the means of production isn't in the hands of the workers; it's in the hands of the worker. Singular.
Yeah, there's only one. And all the
all
rest
the
of the
work.
bourgeois are just hanging around the island like, isn't it great living on an island? Yeah, because you're
Anyway.
the one with a shovel. Anyway, sorry.
I feel
I
I feel
regret
quite
bringing up Marx's
alienated.
theory.
I have to say.
I
I have
honestly
strong
regret.
feelings.
I honestly regret bringing up Marx's theory now. So,
Anyway,
in summary, in theory, trains good. In practice, trains bad.
Oh yeah, that's where we were.
introduction.
Yeah.
So this is the story, literally, of me being fucked over by trains. Oh, we'll do like we'll do twice. because I was going to say 3 times, but the other time was I was fucked over by a strike, which I wasn't told about. And the strike, I'm not a problem with. The lack of communication, I have a problem with. But that's fine.
Was the person who was supposed to do the communication on strike?
No, the person who was meant to be doing communication was useless. But you think when buying a ticket, they'd tell you that there's a strike scheduled for that day. No, apparently it's not their problem, not their job. Anyway, right. I was seeing a friend in Sheffield, got the train there in like early afternoon. Lovely. Oh, straight through, got a seat, beautiful. Even had a plug. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Tick, tick, tick. And because it's a relatively short journey, the free Wi-Fi covered it completely. Num, 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 num. Lovely train goodness. Num, 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 num. The way back, however, this is the first time in my life I've been fucked over with this. I was due to get the last train back, the last train straight through from Leicester to from Sheffield to Leicester. I had a look. I hadn't drunk, so I could get back on time, and I arrived at the station on time, which for me is 5 minutes before because it's a train station. You know what trains are like. I arrive on the platform. The train is not there. That's fine. That's fine. I know these things. They roll in literally, wait, and then fuck off. I shall wait. Check the sign. The train's not on the sign. That's fine. Check my phone and my watch just to make sure the time is right. The time is right. I am now 3 minutes early. That's right. I'm still early. No, this train had fucked off 5 minutes early before I arrived. It had come early, which is often a problem. And had scarped.
I am mature. I am mature.
That was to see what level we're at for this year, and we've all found it. But no, the train had left early. The train had left Sheffield to Leicester. 4 minutes early it had left when I finally asked the guard, the very nice, understanding guard. But his response was also, well, it's the last train of the night, the one I go home. So do I. That's why I booked tickets on the train. So that, that's fine. I ended up getting the bus, the megabus to Nottingham. No, I didn't. I got a connector train to Nottingham, then waited till 2 a.m. to get the coach to Leicester, which was very fun. And you meet a lot of fun people on the megabus at 2 a.m. from Nottingham to Leicester. You meet drunks. I also met a man who told me that I was like, he was sat directly in front of me and he turned around. You'll be.
Did he go, it's Sean Dice? No.
Wait, a you or a you?
No, 1 minute. Let's just let this happen because this is great. Yes, he did say I was Sean Dice. I'll be the stranger.
Okay, we're you. Yeah.
The bus was about a third full. He went, does this bus look full to you? And I went, no. It is. Because I see ghosts. And he was And so I was like, okay, that's just fine.
No.
If he'd have carried on with saying other shit, I'd have fucking loved it. But that was all. He literally went, ghosts anywhere in it. Great. Boom. That's it.
That was the only thing he said to you.
Yeah. Like if he'd have gone like, my name is Sebastian Cortez and I hunt them, that would have been more normal.
Yeah.
I am Sebastian Cortez, ghost hunter extraordinaire. Here is my ghost hunting equipment and stakes for Dracula's. I loved it. But no, that was like how trains fucked me up that time. The other time, as you can tell, I'm scraping the barrel for stories. If I'd have known I was telling stories the rest of my life, I'd have asked Sebastian Cortez more questions. Sebastian. The other time it was Edinburgh Fringe, the Fringe I was telling you about. Kira had gone off at lunchtime on the Sunday, and I was due to leave in the evening. Hello.
Mike was about to do a shit joke. Hang on.
No, it's all right. Mum's gone. It's fine. It's fine. It's all right.
So I was due to leave in the afternoon after a show. It was 3 till 4 show. My train was at 4.
Anyway, I'm more than my shit jokes.
I know you are, but in this instance, that was what was about to happen.
Yeah,
fair play.
She was right though, wasn't she, Mike?
And so I get the train. I mentally get the train at Edinburgh, and I missed the train. This one was my fault. I was meant to get the 4:15 train, and I couldn't. So I got the 5:45. It was meant to be a direct train through to Leicester, not Leicester. Yeah, to No, it wasn't. It was meant
No, I
to
guess
change at Leeds.
Derby.
I was to change at Derby, you're right, and then get through to Leicester. Not a problem. Always nice. I love Scottish trains because the view. It's a bit dark, the view. I'm liking this. I get to Leeds, and the train stops, and most people leave. Then the train turns off. And then the lights turn off. And I realise everyone left the train.
I really want Alan Bennett to be there.
Oh no.
Got the train. They've not even got a trolley going around with a macaroon for the poor devil. So I absolute travesty. So I popped my head up to try and see what the fuck's going on, and the cleaner who was not cleaner, it was the guard in the train who was walking down goes, oh, and gets back on the train to tell me that I was clearly listening to my music too loud. I wasn't, I was napping. But there had been a problem on the line, so this train was to stop at Leeds, and it was terminating there because they couldn't arrange a bus. So I had to work the next day at 8:30. The time is now 10 because we've been delayed quite a lot of the way, and I was stuck at Leeds. Now, I checked my phone because, again, I'm very good at trains. I had a plug socket. The next train to get to Leicester would leave Leeds at 5:45 in the morning.
Oh no.
Luckily, for the platform I was on, so that's very nice. So I didn't have to move much.
Was it the train you were on? Because you could have just like got your...
I wish it was, because then I had a plug socket in the morning.
You could have just got comfy.
So what? I'll just sleep in the rack. It's quite a long.
Yeah, it's just like a hammock.
So instead, what I did was I was
that's sending my balance. Funny that.
I made the
Feel a bit sick.
It was towards the end of the month, and fringe is expensive. I was like, I haven't got enough money for another megabus from Leeds to Leicester. What I will do is I will read a book all night on the platform. But I shall, because I'm reading a book, I won't look homeless. What happened was
That is the code for homeless / not homeless. People go, oh my God, a homeless man on the track. No, look.
He's reading a
He's
book.
reading a book.
Commuter. If you're reading the metro as well, people think you're a lost commuter from London.
Wow.
So what happened was, yes.
London?
From 10:30 to 5:30, I sat on the bench.
Nobody's sure.
Oh my God, I was the only one that saw
What did you do?
What? Wait, what happened?
What did happen?
Do it again, Michael. Do it again.
London.
You were talking and he just went, London. That was it.
It too happens, and it's Southend. So yeah, between 10:30 and 5:30.
Wait, so you stayed on the platform?
Yes.
You didn't think like, oh, perhaps I'll go and I don't know, somewhere warmer.
Those buildings are closed during the night so that people can't sleep in them.
What about bars and things?
What? Yes, great. Because what they want is me logging my. Also, on a Sunday at 10:30.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
There's no bar open that is 24-hour in Leeds, and if there is, I'm not gonna go stay in there.
With your suitcase.
I've got work in 9 hours.
You can imagine he goes to some 24-hour nightclub in Leeds, right? Dressed like Sean Dyche, goes in with his suitcase, sits down, reads a book.
I'd do it. I probably have done that, to be fair.
That does scream. That's honest. If anyone said it, that does scream this energy. Yeah, I sat on a bench I sat on a bench and napped on a bench for 7 hours, and I read my book within 2 hours. And then I was like, oh, we're going to play a very interesting game of Count the Pigeons, which is very hard to do because you really forget that A, pigeons look the same, and B, they move. That made that game really hard. I got into Leicester at 7 a.m., which made the journey 14 hours long. 13 and a half hours long, yeah. And also, I then got to work at 7. I had half an hour's sleep, got up and went on a train to work. I got to work and my boss looked at me and went, "You're right. Yeah. Have you slept on a bench all night?" Yeah.
You just had that look about you.
Yeah, I did. Because
You
apparently
had like slap
I
tap across
had-
your back, like.
I had had a shower and stuff. I'm not as smelly yet, but I had a shower and stuff. And I sat down to work, put my headset on, put my hand on my mouse, my other hand on my keyboard, and stared at the screen. And technically was working. In as much as I was moving the mouse.
You were in
enough.
work.
I was in work and my mouse was moving. And occasionally I answered phone calls, but I'll end on this. I heard so my boss can like screen calls and like to do like see how you're doing. And I've heard one of the calls back. I heard one of the calls back in the one Tommy had, and he was pissing himself laughing. Because I went, "Hello? Hello, I'd like to talk to you about my account." "Wonderful. I'm very happy to do that. Do you mind awfully if I hang up and you phone someone else?" And the guy laughed and was like, "Okay, are you hungover?" And apparently I went, "No, I'm just not here." I just pressed the hang up button.
Just like.
I didn't even like transfer him. I just hung up and phone someone else.
Oh,
So, yeah.
you absolute legend.
Oh God.
That's how I deal with trains being shite. Is I sleep on benches, or I deal with the dead. No middle ground with me.
Adam Unwin, ladies and gentlemen. Kerno Keeks, thank you for.
Oh, hi, Kim.
Yeah. Hi, Kim. Thank you for sending a couple of viewers our way as well. Thank you.
You broke up slightly then, Stefan. I thought you went, "Oh, haiku," as in the poem form. I was like, "What? Where?"
Kim has also put in the chat
Hi,
that
Kim.
she once slept in the overhead racks on a train.
I reckon
I
it would
wouldn't
be
put it
alright.
past her.
I mean, not for me because I'm tall, but like for normal sized people.
I really wanted to do it, and I've also really wanted to fall asleep because they have them. I know some tube line stock has them, and I really want to do it on the Circle line, even though I know the Circle line's not a circle; it's a spiral. But I really want to do it. Yeah.
You're really all far too relaxed. I just no.
Just gonna let everyone know there's been a big event has occurred while we've been chatting.
Yeah.
Sheffield United have won a game of football.
Gosh.
What? Oh
Gosh.
my life.
Who were they playing?
It had to be Newcastle, didn't it?
Oh, that kind of explains it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The ball's kicked off yet.
No, not yet.
Can Adam, seeing as you've got the radio voice, can you just read what Jonty's just put in the chat?
I once had a replacement bus service from Leicester that was so stressful I tore a hole in my trousers and cracked a tooth on a polo. That is some powerful wank you were having.
No.
I'm guessing that's why he tore a hole in his trousers. It was in his pocket.
It's not even 8 o'clock yet, and already the podcast is just like a hive of stubborn villainy.
A den of iniquity.
I fell asleep on the last train out of London, and I ended up in Guildford at 1 a.m. And that was terrifying.
No one wants that.
There's a bit of a romanticism about trains. I don't think you get with any other transport. Because like in sort of the history of me and trains, I've only been started to taking them regularly. I remember the first time I went on a train, I thought, I might find a wife today.
Yeah.
They
Your eyes will meet across the. Yeah.
I was going from Wolves to Leicester, funnily enough, and I got on the connection.
It's
at
hardly the
Livingston.
Orient Express.
I mean, for your first one, like alone, that's not bad. I don't think. Got on at the 12:32 at New Street. Sat opposite me was a man with a 12-pack of Stella in a plastic bag. I
Yeah.
was like, maybe on the journey home.
As,
When
as the man,
I went up
as
to
the-
Edinburgh.
Wait, go on then.
Oh, sorry. When I
No,
went
I
up,
insist.
when I went up to Edinburgh, there was a guy with a bag of wood.
Is that a euphemism?
No,
High
he
five.
got a big bag, like a like not sack, but like netting bag of chopped wood, right? And he put it in the luggage rack. And then when we got to Edinburgh, he had to take it off the luggage rack and proceeded to drop the wood all over this one bloke.
No.
I've watched football at Wembley enough times with my dad that we'd get to Moore Street in Birmingham and get on the lovely Chiltern railways. But he every single time I'd surprise him, like he'd be chatting, and I'd just like get out 8 cans of something and be like, "Well, that's 4 each. We've got 2 hours." And my dad's not a drinker, so I'd have 6 and he'd have 2, just stuff like that. I'd be like, "Let's just not tell Mum."
I won't say who it was for obvious reasons. I got the train from London and I went into first class because you can pay for the first class upgrade.
Yep.
It was the one time where they came round, they brought all the food and drink and never asked to see your ticket. So I got the free upgrade, which is like going to a vending machine and getting 2 Twixes at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is though, isn't it? So I'm on there and I go, I recognise them, and it was 2 of the Wolves players. They played QPR the day before, so they'd obviously stayed over. Now this was Wolves as we were kind of going down.
You wouldn't get that
and
now, would you?
And it's not surprising, considering one of those players, who shall remain nameless, ate about 9 bags of crisps from London to Wolverhampton, and the other one literally lay down on the floor where you put the luggage at the end of the carriage and went to sleep.
No, you got to tell us who they were.
I'll tell you
Oh,
off stream. I'll tell you off.
Yeah.
Eubanks Blake, and I reckon Carlos Edwards.
I'm not saying anything. I'll tell you off stream. I'll
Okay.
tell everyone in the Discord.
Oh, your teeth.
Behind the scenes content.
Oh. Right, let's moving on. So from one den of iniquity to Steph Loftus, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay!
I don't know what that means, so I don't know whether that was a compliment.
Sure.
yeah, it was. Yeah.
It wasn't.
Oh,
Okay.
sad.
Right, so who wants to hear about my mental breakdown? Yay! So, between Christmas and New Year, that time where
Twixmas.
time doesn't exist and it's completely acceptable to
Sorry.
Twixmas, right? That's
Betwixt moves.
What has happened to you on the break? You grew a beard and now all of a sudden you've gone to shit. What's happened?
I thought this was a thing everybody referred to.
No, let's stop. Stop on the story. We're going to talk about Michael. What's happening?
What's happening here? What's this?
What's this?
It's just the word you described that week between Christmas and New Year. That's all.
That's what you use. No one else uses it.
Betwixt moves.
Is this like when you tried to integrate your own cool nickname into the group?
Yeah, you know, like how everyone
Yeah.
calls me, like,
Yeah, everyone calls me like Dragon Thunder. No,
Yeah.
Christmas. No.
I went completely blank then. I couldn't think of a cool nickname for myself. I was like, Albatross?
Albatross. I had the albatross. I never need to learn.
Because I've got a big wing.
I'll be honest, that is your nickname from now on.
I like it better than bucket.
Oh no, they're both still there.
Yeah, bucket.
Albatross bucket.
Albatross bucket.
Oh,
Sounds like a Tennessee Williams character.
Oh
Oh,
god.
that was about the time I met Albatross bucket.
Anyway,
I wish I never had. Anyway,
Oh,
Steph's
right.
doing a
So,
story.
Steph, you were really depressed, yeah?
did you have
I wouldn't say that I was depressed, but like you have that like lull where you have nothing to do apart from sit and eat a whole selection box in one go. Maybe it's just me.
It's the worst time of the
For
year.
breakfast.
Although I feel
Yeah.
calling it Twixmas is going to make me feel a lot better this year.
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe I'll just sit and eat Twixes all week.
I was just thinking that.
That's kind of
My
what I do
brother,
anyway.
I'm just gonna out him now because it's a work of genius. I don't know whether everyone else does it, and I just thought it was really good. My brother gets a Twix and a cup of tea, bites both ends off, and then uses it as a
Yes.
Sit
straw.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone else does
Oh God, you all do that, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
it. Please
great.
don't call it Twixmas, Mike, so shut up.
the penguin? Yeah.
Sorry,
penguin.
miss.
Quarters often do that.
A penguin, yeah. It's a Tim Tam
Oh.
is the best one to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so my
Because
brother
they're
did
so
that.
soft, they like go anyway, as you were.
Yeah. So I decided to fill my week, being as I couldn't go out either because Boris has grounded us all.
Yeah.
With films, I thought I'm just going to watch all the films that have been on my list, and I'm going to do it. And so I watched a few, and then I started to look through the list of films, and I came to two, and I was like, you know what? The critics have slammed these, but I'm going to give them a go. So I watched Dr. Dolittle with Robert Downey Jr. I really liked it.
Okay.
I really liked it.
I haven't seen it, but
It's all right. It's okay. It filled an hour and half
Yeah.
a selection box. It was all right.
yeah.
I would give it half a selection box. So, and then
Fucking
I watched.
Mark Kermode's missing a trick here, isn't he?
honestly, so I watched Cats,
Oh no. Oh no.
and I was filled with such rage that I then went on a texting tirade to Adam, where I did a point-by-point breakdown of everything I found wrong with it, and I'd like to share it with you all. Because I'm not gonna lie, I went to town on this movie. I was filled with such rage that I was like, point one. I think I did about 16 points by the end of it. I haven't rechecked the messages, but yeah. So, and what I need to say is the 1998 film stage performance is beautiful. It's brilliant. I love it. It's great. It is great. I love it. But having spoken to people about, go on, Mike.
Dave sat in the top corner going, "Oh, musicals! I'm off."
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Is it,
you're
is
okay.
it the,
You can watch a musical
You're
and
right,
not
Dave,
have to have
yeah.
sex with a man.
Is
It's
it-
okay, Dave.
Yeah.
is it the Blues Brothers or Rocky Horror Picture
No.
Show? No. So don't bother.
No. No.
Oh yeah, we've
But there
already
is such a
established
thing
that Blues
as
Brothers
being an
are good.
uncultured swine, Dave, and you're dancing on the line. So, right.
You just said all genres. Oh, if it's gangster
There's
film,
not Blues Brothers.
Brothers, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Comedy. Look, it's like, I'm not there.
Okay, good. Glad we got that sorted.
I'm a working class, white, middle-aged male. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay,
have-
so stop
there are-
putting
there-
yourself in,
There are
like,
four. There are four things in every genre at the most, and if it's none of those four things, I'm not interested. There you go.
what are you afraid of?
Who hurt you?
Commit.
Who hurt
Are you afraid that one day you'll watch Cats and then find yourself humming memories in the shower? It's okay, Dave. It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
I have issues with Andrew Lloyd Webber. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, he's a prick.
Because his face is
I
melting.
think.
Massive prick.
Think Andrew Lloyd Webber's got issues with Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Mhm. Like, I feel like Andrew Lloyd Webber did some really great musicals and then set out to destroy his own career.
As the caveat, though, the man did save Broadway in the late 70s, early 80s, when
Yep.
that entire street was just effectively
Mm-hmm. And gave
Shit
every
movie.
primary school a play.
Can
Yeah.
As an technical dream
can
coach.
I also point out that the greatest achievement I've ever done in my professional career is to get 450 people to shout, "Fuck Starlight Express." So
Yeah, I remember that.
That's valid and fair.
Just a little interjection from the chat. Fiona is threatening to leave you if you watch Cats.
that's fine. You're gonna have to work harder than that to get rid of me.
Before we carry on, Steph, you sent me a 14-point rant, which you then afterwards went, "I'm not done."
Yeah, because I remember I like missed one out. So I have talked to many people about this this I want to call it movie, but I feel that's offensive to other movies. So I spoke to a few friends. One of my friends, now fiance, works in like the tech business. He does all like the special effects for films. Apparently, he's a big deal. He's got a thing on IMDb and everything.
Imdb?
Pardon?
He's on
Imdb?
Imdb?
Yes, he is. He's on Imdb.
Imdb.
So, and he revealed a story to me where apparently there is an original edit of this film
Yeah, there is.
where all the cats have arseholes.
It's called
Yes,
the Butthole
I
Cut.
heard about this. Release the butthole cut. Yeah.
Now, what concerned me more was the fact that the thought that went in my head was, are they doing this like Pixar? Because Pixar use the actors, allegedly, use the actors' eyes and then build a character around it so it looks more believable. So is there a moment where Dame Judi Dench has to bend over for the money shot and some poor photographer is
Why
like,
are you
"We just
doing
wanna
this?
hold the butt cheeks apart so I can get a really good like
Stop!
the first thought that went through my head.
No!
Hannah, didn't you meet
What?
Dame Judy and work with her?
I have met her. She's lovely, and I
Why are we
didn't see her
talking?
bum.
Why are we talking about Dame Judi Dench's arsehole?
Because somewhere in a vault is a film where Dame Judi Dench is a CGI cat with a CGI butthole.
Unless it's not a
Just let that
CGI
sink in.
butthole, unless it is.
Unless it's not a CGI butthole, unless it is actually her butthole
I'm
Can you imagine
missing,
if it is a CGI
surrounded
butthole?
by a CGI cat.
I'm
Because
missing Wolverhampton Wanderers for this.
So after I watched the movie, I had to watch the stage show to cleanse my soul. And
Yeah.
I also found out Jason Gardner plays Alonzo. If you don't know who Jason Gardner is, he's a judge on Dancing on Ice and he fell out with Gemma Collins. It was hilarious. So
Is
yeah,
that the one with Elaine Page in it?
yes,
Yeah.
She plays
And-
the.
plays Isabella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might be making this up, but John Partridge.
John Partridge is in it. He plays Rum Tum Tugger. I love
yeah,
him.
I thought it was. Yeah.
it's completely different. I've got no idea what any of you are talking about. Once you got off the subject of rusty bullet holes, I'd gone.
So,
No,
would you like to
please.
hear?
Release the butthole cut.
The rusty bullet hole ever again. No, you are not. This is my line.
Not even 8:15.
We've somehow that's
Clip
worse
that,
than
John.
Monty ranking through his pocket. Somehow.
Oh God! So,
I have no
would
idea
you
what's
like to
going
hear
on.
the meltdown I had as a result of this film?
Yes, I would very much like to hear it.
So,
I'd like to relive it.
so point one: why could none of them sing? It's a musical. Why did they pick all the people that couldn't sing?
You think that would be step one?
But then again, maybe they watched Tommy. Remember,
I've not seen that.
remember the film version of Tommy,
Who?
where
Yeah.
Yeah.
even Roger Daltrey gave up with the singing in that one.
Oh,
I will point out because if you do like I would say this film is worth watching because the people who can sing are the dancers, like the professional dancers they get in who do our characters, and they can sing. They perform really, really well. There's only 2 of them though, and the film is 8 hours long.
Oh God.
Oh, well. Maybe could have done with a new draft.
point two: why are none of them singing their original songs? Like, no one, like, as someone who likes things the way they are, people sang the wrong songs, and it got to the point where I was going, no, stop it.
What? Why? What do you?
So-
Why?
So do
But
you know how
aren't their
it
songs like their names? Like, aren't they? They're singing about.
But in the stage play, cats are introduced by other cats singing about them. So it's like,
Yeah.
we're talking about this one. In the
Mr.
fucking film, they
Mistopheles.
sing about themselves more often than not, and it feels weird.
Yes. And we'll get on to people singing about themselves around point 23. So, number
Can I
3.
just add up? I had the same sort of issue in the Les Mis film, where some of the lyrics were swapped around, so
This
the
is-
rhyming couplets didn't rhyme.
Mm,
Like, and it's like, why?
You've got to query sometimes if these people know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
like you just want to like push in the soundtrack and go, have you
Yeah.
heard it before?
It's as if Hooper
Yeah, yeah.
had to direct a musical.
Mm-hmm.
Bum, bum, ba-dum.
Number 3.
point 3.
Why is the movie now told from Victoria's point of view? Victoria is a white cat. The only interesting thing about her in the stage musical is that her costume is completely see-through.
Mm.
Like, and I feel like somebody else went, lady who plays Victoria, like, when the lights go on your costume, you can see everything. And she went, I know, and continued otherwise. Because that's the only response I could assume happened.
Yeah.
In the chat, H has put, this is the kind of content that I'm here for.
Yeah.
This is... Carry on, because I'm completely lost. Go on.
Can we please have a? Can I picture lockdown? Can we have a lockdown where we just introduce Dave to different types of music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should start with cats.
Yeah.
And
Does
I'll
Heston
No,
agree?
because they're not getting divorced.
Cats, Chicago, and then Glitter.
Yes.
Glitter is so bad.
I haven't seen Glitter.
Glitter came out in September the 10th, 2001, and it's the worst thing to happen that month.
Come on. Now.
Oh my life.
Come
Well,
on.
it's been nice.
Come on now.
See you
No.
later.
Let's all simmer down. Let's all just simmer the fuck down.
I've forgotten who
Simmer.
it stars. I've forgotten who it stars, but she genuinely, she had a
We've
break.
all had fun here.
I just
Christ,
watched
Adam.
our view account drop.
It's
Oh,
got up to me,
God.
so that's cool.
Right, point 4 and 5. I'm going to move swiftly on from that comment. Right, point 4 and 5 are together. Point 4, Jason Derulo being cast as Rum Tum Tugger. Excellent choice.
So good.
Point 5, why did he fuck it up so badly, and why did no one stop him?
In the chat, there's a bit of a conversation going on about Jason Derulo, whatever it's pronounced.
You got to pronounce it.
and he's-
Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo. Yeah,
and
go on.
And his bulge.
I mean, John Partridge had a bulge and no one complained. And every so often he'd like gyrate it and everyone went, oh, it was beautiful. So,
It's a surprisingly gay musical. Even for musicals, this one's really gay.
yeah. But, like, in the original stage show, John Partridge has this, like, indistinct accent. So sometimes he's like bad boy American and sometimes he's like bad boy London. Whereas Jason Derulo went, I'm sorry, this is set in London, so I need to be British. And I was like, what are you doing? Because Jason Derulo can sing, he can dance, he's a bad boy. He could have played it in his original accent. And so they kind of produced the script and he went, oh, so I need to destroy my own career. And that's what he did.
I think,
In that exact voice.
I think Steph has maybe got a thing for Jason Derulo. I'm sensing some text.
I do like Jason Derulo, but like I'd like it if he did it better. Mean.
He's
Yeah,
a bit
I see it.
ripped, isn't he?
Imagine his cat butt.
Oh,
Imagine his what,
oh
sorry?
dear.
It's cat butt.
His little cat book.
His little. It's like, I bet look at the holders you use to like hold.
His little
tea
rusty
pouches
bullet
or-
hole.
I don't like
Point
that.
6. Point 6.
Oh my god.
I love. My exact words were, "I love Rebel Wilson. Apart from today, today I hate her.
Yeah, seems
She
fair.
played
She is
Twinkle
so
and
bad.
and she destroyed it. Like, and her bad comedy was to cover up her weak vocals. I love how Dave is having to Google every one of these people. You're such a granddad.
She's the one from Pitch Perfect. And watching this film, you realise how much
she's the
it was
one
auto-tuned.
from Pitch Perfect, Dave.
Is that Amy?
There's a cultural reference you'll get.
I don't know what else she
Yeah,
did
they
like that.
definitely watched Pitch Perfect.
Pitch Perfect is like a modern day Sallow.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah,
I know who Rebel Wilson is.
okay. Yeah. She can hold a tune. She cannot sing.
Does she
that is-
play
that's-
Jenny? What's
She
it?
plays Jenny Anydots,
Yeah.
who
No,
is a prim and proper character.
She
And
could not hold a tune.
Rebel Wilson did everything that shouldn't have happened. And
That's one of the
Hold it.
bits I've seen
an acting style.
with those
The
cockroaches.
cockroaches
Yes.
who are dancing out of time.
I didn't
Yes.
like it.
Right. Number 7,
Sounds
we're
like
going to get on to James Corden. James Corden, you don't need to Google him, surely.
No. James Corden.
James Corden.
needs shooting in the face with his own shit. And other
Okay.
people's, to be fair.
Cat's were there.
Fuck James Corden. Fuck him up the wrong one. Go on.
So I'm going to go out on a limb here, Dave, and say you don't like him.
No.
Not a fan.
Okay. Just so we're clear.
James,
I need to lay
James
down.
Corden, he's one of those people you would never tire of punching.
James Corden plays Buster for Jones,
Yeah.
and it's not a bad
Sitting on the
casting
fence this
choice.
podcast, aren't we?
Are you okay?
I can't tell if he was mind punching James Corden or having like a stroke. It was. That's
I love how we're talking about my mental breakdown while Dave's actually having one. Just at the mere mention of James Corden. So yeah, so James Corden plays Buster for Jones, which is not a bad casting choice because Buster for Jones is a terrible character.
Yeah, and he's a terrible
So it
person.
made sense. Yes, page 2. Point 8. There is a song called Mungo Jerry and Rumpelteazer.
Yeah.
They played the tune to Mungo Jerry and Rumpelteazer, and then these two fuckwits sang an entirely different song.
Why? That's one of the better songs.
They sang the words, just not in the tune that was playing, or in the timing, or the tempo, or anything, and it made me so mad. I yelled at the TV, "No, stop it! Start again and do it properly."
Sounds like a Bob Dylan concert.
It was so bad.
That joke didn't get the respect it deserved, Mikey. I'm telling you.
Do it again,
I
Mike.
said it sounded like a Bob Dylan concert.
That's a very, very good joke.
Like, it was so bad to the point I rewound it to check that my TV wasn't out of sync. Like, it was so bad. But
Mungo Jerry.
you know the song. They
Yeah.
didn't. It's
Oh
like
my
they've never
God.
heard it before. We're just given the words and gone, have a go.
Don't
Make
do,
it up.
Don't do the song. We'll
I
get
mean-
copyright struck.
That's kind of
Less
how
than 15 seconds and we're fine.
the whole film was done because
Yeah.
like there's no way that the people who were doing any of it, like the big name performers, clearly didn't know the music.
Apart from Jennifer Hudson.
Even then, she like listen to it again. The song drags. She's not in time. Oh, it sounds great, but it's not in time. I know you've got a point about it. So that's
I will. Right. Point number 9. And I'm gonna do a 9-8 because I have just thought about it and I've got really, really upset. So point number 9, Sir Ian McKellen, a highlight. But
Lovely.
his song is sung by somebody else. He sang it himself, and it lost the meaning. Because Gus is supposed to be really frail and like living in his own head. He's clearly a cat with dementia, but like Sir Ian McKellen played it minus all of the nice bits. and just sang his song.
Mhm.
And it was all right. And I do love him, but it wasn't right. So no,
Yeah.
do it properly.
Do it properly.
Number 9, because I have literally just had this thought. The song The Pigs and the Follicles. Where was
That's
it?
the bit that I always used to fast forward on the video.
No, it's really, and it's not in there. I've literally just had like the
quite
moment.
long though.
That's
Because-
why, because the people who wrote this obviously were watching it at the same time as Hannah. And they never saw that song.
But like, I called Jasper Rumpus Cat, like, and so I got really cross. that It's
Oh,
not in there because he's not in the film. Anyway,
It's-
number 10. I'm about to have an unpopular opinion, particularly with Hannah. Dame Judi Dench did not belong in this film.
okay. Now let's all calm down. The only reason that Judy was in it is because she couldn't be in the original production because she hurt her foot or something,
Right?
and so she always missed out on being in Cats. That's the only reason.
Was
She
she
wasn't.
supposed to play old Deuteronomy? No.
No.
Should old
Grisabeth.
Deuteronomy have been recast as a man? Absolutely. Did they cast it as Dame Judi Dench because of the Cats thing and because she's a big name? Yes. Did they cast her despite the fact that she can't hold that song together at all?
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm mad about it.
Yeah. They should have had Brian Blessed. Everybody knows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe. But that would
A cat is not a dog.
You played it, didn't you?
Children are alive.
It would have been great.
Yeah, Ken Page plays old Deuteronomy in the original sideshow. He has a deep, booming, beautiful voice, and the songs are brilliant that he sings. And then Dame Judi Dench is like, "So a cat's not a dog," and everyone kind of went, "Oh, all right, then that's as good as we're going to get for that shot."
That's a really
She's
creepy-
very old and I love her, so let's just give her the benefit of the doubt.
Not in the
Can
film.
The directing is terrible.
Can I say a word for Judi Dench's singing voice? There's a
Go on
clip of
then.
her on YouTube doing Sending the Clown from A Little Night Music
Yeah, she was in that,
Um,
wasn't she?
from the Royal Albert Hall, and like she can't really sing, but I swear to God, that woman acts the hell out of that song.
Yeah, she sells it.
Um,
Yeah.
And by
Brilliant.
the end, there's still not a dry eye in the house.
Mm.
Well, she didn't act the hell out of this
In
one.
fact, I'll post it on the group chat.
Okay, do it,
Yeah,
do
do
it.
it.
Post it in the Discord.
Post it in the
Will
Discord.
do.
Behind the scenes content in the Discord channel.
Yeah.
Point 11. We're nearly at the end, guys. We're nearly at the end of my breakdown.
Okay.
Point
Okay.
11. There are two characters called Demeter and Bon Ballerina. They sing a song called McCavity. It is my favourite song in the whole musical.
hmm
Thank you, Michael. Why did they take it away from me? Why? Why did they take it away?
What?
They took it away from me.
What?
No.
They don't have the song?
They do, but only Taylor Swift sings it, who is not a bad casting choice for Bon Ballerina. However, her character arc is now changed. She's now a baddie for McCavity and doesn't spend the entire show trying to dry hump Rum Tum Tugger's leg, which I lived for because I wanted to be Bon Ballerina because I love John Partridge.
How is in the song? How is McCavity described?
Oh, we'll get on to that point, shall we?
Oh no.
Because that, my friend, is point number 12. I'm just going to quote the line. In fact, right, I just want complete silence while I quote the line. A cavity's a ginger cat. He's very tall and thin.
Mm.
Camera pans to Idris Elba.
Did
Now,
they?
so
Idris Elba and ginger.
do you know the colours cats are normally?
Yeah.
So what they've done for this is they've made Idris Elba a brown cat. Idris Elba brown, and it is not good.
I've never seen a racist cat before, but they tried.
McCavity is a ginger cat. Hello, I'm Idris Elba.
He's very tall and thin.
But hang on, they not only
But
made Idris Elba.
You could have given him some
Ginger.
ears. Like they could have given him a ginger.
They could have done
whiskers.
anything. They could have done anything, but instead they had an Idris Elba coloured cat with a big baggy coat on. So they looked at the line and went, "No, we can do better, but we're going to leave that line in."
I feel like how dogs must feel looking at washing machines.
a little bit around. What?
Like, this musical is so good. And going back to the Pigs and the Pollicles song is a great, great number to just go, we think dogs are a bit shit. Because if dogs did a musical, it would just be a big opening number that cats are shit, and then that's all. They close the curtain and call it a day.
Why is it the tune of Spider-Man?
I don't know, that just came out.
Shit. We are better and cats are shit.
I mean, I feel like we should get on writing this musical. Right.
Dogs and have it about breakdancing.
I did that in an improv gig once. Made a joke about Andrew Lloyd Webber writing Dogs the musical, and then me and Jen had to sing the song from Dogs the musical, and it got rude. Anyway, the song for Dogs out. Anyway, there you go.
I feel like I'm missing out not going to improv gigs.
My heart is sad for it.
I don't feel like I'm missing out by not seeing Cats.
No.
No, see the original stage show, very, very good. Honestly, I'm saving your life here by not having to watch the movie. Right, point 13.
I saw the trailer, and I tell you, I've never crawled as quick across some floor I did that day. Let me tell you, like,
fucking hell.
It's like a fucking onion, isn't it? It's just all these layers just come out.
Do you honestly think I spent 24 hours a day sat? Oh my life! I tell you, you've got so much to learn.
No, I've just got this vision now. You crawling across the floor of your parents, your dad, of course, being my dad. Just wheeling you into the front room and just getting the wheelchair and going. It'll be all right there.
Let's go now because I've not got. Let's go now because I've not got the stamina. Like.
Get in, bath, lads. Go on.
Oh God.
Anyway, continue as you were.
Point 13.
Fucking hell, we're still on this.
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more points. We can do this. So point 13. Cocaine should not be allowed in a casting office.
What?
Because it results in choices such as Ray Winston as a singing cat.
Who's Ray Winston in it?
Right. Ray Winston, his character doesn't exist. They made it for him.
They just were like, well, we've got to have him in it.
We've got to have Ray Winston, that singing talent Ray Winston, who stands there and thought, I'm a cat. It's so bad. He appears from behind a ship and then goes. F365.
Why does he do
I
that?
don't want to hear either.
You're writing.
We need the same audience who like betting adverts. How can we get that key marketing? Ray Winston, you fucking genius.
Why?
We want this whole product sponsored by Bet and Play.
It's so bad. Right, okay. Point 14. Mr. Mistopheles.
Yeah.
What did they do to him? Because they made him some snivelling little idiot.
Not magical.
Right, he's not.
Right.
But like 3/4 of his song, he goes presto, and nothing happens because he suddenly has a crisis of confidence. No,
it's not like me when I try and open automatic doors. To be fair,
it's in the song.
To be fair,
Like, there never was a cat so clever.
Yeah, apparently there was in this version because it's bloody useless.
She's so angry.
Right.
I'm not-
You know
I'm
when
not
they recast Doctor Who and they had Jodie Whittaker, who, you know what, in previous Doctors, it didn't matter how ridiculous the plan was. The Doctor had complete faith in it, so you had complete faith in it. Whereas this time, Jodie Whittaker, she would reveal her plan and they go, is that going to work? And she'd go, no, and then run away. Well, this is what they did to Mr. Mistopheles and I don't like it.
I'm not gonna. I just checked the timestamp between the first message you sent me about this and the last. This is a 5-hour tirade from 2 p.m. till 7, and in the end you go, "I'm okay now."
I'm going to wrap up the last point. Right. Point 15. Where the fuck is Gemma? Right. Gemma is a little cat who sings the bridge to Memories, and she has a voice that would make angels pregnant, and they just removed her. And it's not okay.
She's the one who convinces the old cat that she can do what she can do it.
Yes.
Yeah, she's the one that she does the plot.
Mm.
The little bit of plot that there is.
Memories.
And I'm not okay. Speaking of Memories, Jennifer Hudson couldn't save this film. Jennifer Hudson. She sings Memories beautifully. I won't hear a bad word about it, Adam. I will fight you. You will be catching these hands. So shut up. Like, a woman could sing anything and I'd cry. Like, standing ovation, love her. But
I want to hear her do Moonpig.com
this
now.
film. Huh?
I want to hear her do the jingle for Moonpig.com and just
She'd
see.
smash it. She'd smash it, and a solitary tear of joy would stream down my face.
Nice.
Okay, right. To finish off, I think the only acceptable response to this movie is for Andrew Lloyd Webber to recreate the U2 apology video after the iTunes scandal, but about cats. And I think the camera should pan round him as he apologises for all the poor choices he made in his entire life that have resulted in this shoddy film. And that, my friends, is rant over.
Do you know what?
I'm okay now.
Like,
She's okay now.
I'm not sure I could love you even more, but apparently that's not the case.
Put my notebook away.
But wouldn't the camera pan around Andrew Lloyd Webber and he'd just be standing on a huge, huge pile of money?
No, that wouldn't make it better.
Yeah, but he would be though, wouldn't he? Because he's Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Why are you blaming Lloyd Webber for this and not
I'll
Tom?
be back.
Oh, no, he could be there as well.
Because Webber had literally nothing to do with the film.
But you know what, right? I don't care about signing over rights and everything. He's Andrew Lloyd Webber. He could have turned around and gone, no, Mr. Tom Hooper. Pack it the fuck in. That's all you need to say. Why have they all got buttholes? No, stop it.
I bet you that was a Lloyd Webber idea.
That-
With this big melty face going, I want them to have buttholes.
Can you imagine when they have like screenings for the studio and the studio give them notes and then they go, no.
Should have had me there that day.
Point
Little
15.
bit out there.
They didn't finish editing this film until a week before. That's how many notes they had. They didn't finish the fucking score until 2 months before.
You see, that's always a bad sign. It was like when Suicide Squad came out. We're into my fucking world now. When Suicide Squad came out, the trailer went so well that they said, "Oh, let's re-edit the film." No, David Ayer knows what he's doing. Let David Ayer do what David Ayer does. No, that's to re-edit the film and fucking ruin it. I maintain Suicide Squad does. Sorry.
As the film progresses, Margot Robbie's shorts get shorter and shorter and shorter. Yeah. Because, you know, why do we need a script when we have Margot Robbie's butt?
It's a good point.
I mean, I've just made a really good point. Like, that wasn't the point I was trying to make, but, like, yeah. Margot Robbie's butt. I need a minute.
Steph Loftus,
is anyone else hoping? Well done, Steph. Is anyone else hoping that Hannah comes back dressed in full Grisabella?
If she doesn't now, I'm sending her away.
Where's she gone? She just went, I'm
She
going.
did say, I'll be back in a bit.
Should we wait?
She's currently sending memories to the moon.
Is she running away from wasps again?
I mean, we're already miles behind schedule. Let's keep it going.
Well, it's me next. So.
Oh, yeah? Dave, beat everybody.
It's your accent, Steph.
The poet laureate of Mosley.
Right.
The poet laureate
Where's
of
Hannah
Mosley.
gone? I feel like I'm, because they've got beginnings, middles, and ends from the story.
Here she is.
Right.
Not Isabella. What the hell?
What?
Mikey, what did you say?
I said, is it just me, or is anyone else hoping that Hannah comes back dressed in full Grisabella?
I'm like,
I'm going to do it right for you, Steph.
I'm going to recreate the whole thing now, but do it properly. Everybody sit back.
I want to be accepting of this.
Right, okay. My story. Shush.
Dave, beat everybody.
Go on, Hannah, say it. Say it, Hannah, you know you want to.
It's Dave Pitt, ladies and gentlemen.
What is he, Hannah? What is he?
The
Poet?
poet laureate of Mosley.
I was expecting a twat.
Right, okay. This was the last gig I did before lockdown. And I've only done one gig since then to real people. But I'd done this gig, it was over in Coventry. And I'd gone over with my mate Steve. And for those that don't know, I have to wear glasses when I drive at night. Because, like, I can't see. I should technically wear glasses when I drive in the day. But I certainly have to wear them when I'm driving at night. So, driven all over to Coventry, done the gig, lovely. Driven all the way back, dropped Steve off, right? In Coventry, I've got my bag, got my backpack, it's down there somewhere. And I always have like my iPad in there, which has got all my set list on it. I have a Kindle, and I've got like my notebook and, you know, bits and drabs and headphones and whatever in there. So I've got in the car at Coventry, got my bag, sat down, I put my glasses on, go into the back of the car, get my glasses on, right, drive. Get to Willinghall. Drop Steve off.
Willie.
Willinghall. Behave. Come on, Adam. You
Nobody's telling him about Bushbury, Jesus.
Oh. Come on, folks. Come on, we're better than this. We're not better than this. We are children. Drop Steve off. It's like 11:30 at night. Driving down the road, there's a woman standing in the middle of the road. It's a good job I had my glasses on. I would have hit her, right? She's holding a petrol can. She's standing by a car, and there's two kids. The kids are kind of like, they look about 12, 15. And she flags me down. And I go, oh, and I stop my car, wind my window down, and she says, I've run out of petrol. Can you give me a lift to the petrol station? And every neuron in my brain was going, it's a scam, it's a scam, it's a scam, don't do it, don't do it. You're going to get mugged, you're going to die. Don't do it, don't do it. Whatever you do not let these people into the car. Do not do it, Dave, do not do it. And out of my mouth came the words, yeah, hop in. I am shitting myself. The woman's in the front seat, the two kids are in the back. I'm driving and I'm thinking, oh my, right, where's the scam? Where's the scam? Now, she starts talking to me and it's very obvious that she's an Irish traveller. Right? And I'm thinking, where's the scam? Where's the scam? Oh my God, what's going to happen now? She's going to make me do something and I'm going to end up getting mugged or what? And people are going to nick the car and then I'm going, am I just saying that because of her accent? or am I saying it because the situation I'm in? Oh God, right? I say, right, we'll go around to Morrison's, and she's like, no. The nearest one is this other garage, and I'm like, okay, and she's probably right. So go driving down the road, and she starts talking to me. Now, if you've spoken to Irish travellers, they've got a very oral tradition anyway, and they're always talking, and they talk very quick. So she's like going, thanks for doing this. And I'm driving, got my hands on the steering wheel, and she sees my wedding ring, and she goes, "Oh, you're married?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm married, yeah. Have you got any kids?" Yeah, I've got kids, yeah. Okay. Right. And conversation's going like a million miles an hour. I'm there going, I'm gonna die, something's gonna happen. She then says, "Oh, take a left here." So I'm going down the main road, and my idea is to go to the end of this main road and turn left. She wants to turn left before the end of the main road, which will still get me to the same place. But this road she wants me to turn down is a smaller road. It's like a back street. There's speed bumps. There's cars parked all the way down both sides. So only one vehicle can get down the middle. And I'm like, no. In my head, I'm there, no. You've got someone there to block the car. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to go down there and you're going to get someone out to block the car. I'm not going to be able to move. And then, and I went, oh, no. I know where I'm going. I'll go down. I'll go to the main road. So I'll go down the main road. Get to the garage. And I'm like, oh, shit, what's going on? She fills the petrol tank up. Gets back in the car. Driving back to her vehicle. And she's there going, so where do you live? And I'm being very kind of like, over there. You know,
yeah. Nowhere specific.
West.
England.
West,
yeah.
North or west.
Holiday, Tenerife.
Yeah. What do you do for a job? Oh, stuff. Right. I'm just like, what's gonna happen? Get back to her car. She jumps out. Kids jump out, and they all go, "Oh, thank you for that. Really appreciate it. You got to say the shit." And I drive off, and my adrenaline has been like. I get home, and I'm like, it must have been just me. I've gone, whatever. I get home. My adrenaline's still going, because you know what it's like when you've had a big dose of adrenaline. It takes ages for it to go out your system. Pull up outside my house, and I go, oh, my bag was on the back seat. With my iPad, my Kindle, my headphones, my notebook. Now I've pulled up, right? So it's literally the time it takes me to open the door, go to the back seat, go to the back door, open the back door, and go to my bag, right? It's seconds. In those seconds, I am absolutely convinced everything's gone, right? And I'm already there going, right, I've got to go in, I've got to log on to Apple, I've got to, change the password on the accounts, I've got to register the iPad has been stolen, I've got to go through all that malarkey, I've got to lock it down, then I've got to go onto Amazon and I've got to do that, and then all the headphones have gone, so I've got to I've got to find a way of replacing the headphones, and the adrenaline in my body, like, it just dumped every bit of adrenaline in my body. I was just like shaking. Got to my bag, opened my bag, everything was there. They hadn't touched a thing. So here's a question for you, right? Nothing happened. Did I do the right thing picking them up?
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, I didn't get to sleep until about 4:30 in the morning because it took that long for the adrenaline to go out of my system.
Wear off, yeah. I think it's tricky, isn't it? Because like when you've got anxiety or something, you do tend to like catastrophize things anyway as well. So like you've got the worst case scenario in your head, like, oh no. And then when it's not that, you get that sort of like weird,
If anything, the
down.
real thing about this story is how powerful the mind is.
Yeah.
And like its ability to come up with ways to save your arse when it needs to in the smallest of seconds.
But then I was telling this to Emma and Steve the next day, because the next day we were actually going on our writers' retreat. So on the drive to Wales, I was telling them all about this. And Emma said, "Oh, you'll never do that again, will you?" And I went, "No, I probably won't." I says, "But I don't think it's because they were Irish travellers. I think it was, you know, even if anyone had got in the car, I'd have been like that. I'm hoping it wasn't a prejudice towards Irish travellers that made it even worse. I don't know. You can't judge for that." But then I went, hang on. Let's look at this from her point of view. It's always like, I'm looking at it from the point of view that she's on the scam, right? But let's turn it round. Let's say it was genuine. She'd maybe got a phone call because one of her kids was like in his pajamas, sort of thing. You know what I mean? She might have got a call. Someone's in the hospital. You got to get there. She dived in the car with the kids because she hadn't got any childcare. Drove there, and the tank ran out of fuel. Right? You know what I mean? Or she could even have been fleeing something. You don't know. She runs out of petrol. It's 11:30 at night. She's got a petrol can, and a single guy picks her up in the car. And
yeah,
she
if
has
I
to
was
get.
her, I would have been too afraid to like flag a car down and
She has to get in a car with me, and let's be honest, I'm a big bloke. I'm not like, you know, weedy bloke. I'm big. She's there going, "Oh, you're married?" Probably thinking, well, hopefully that means he's not going to do anything to me. Not that that's like, you know, married men don't do that. They do, but you know what I mean? Oh, have you got kids? You know when she tried to send me down that road, dawned on me after, you know why she probably did that? That road had houses either side. The way I took her, there were no houses. She must have been thinking, if he does something here...
You're around other people.
You're around other people. Me or one of the kids can jump out and get to a house. If he takes me the way he wants to take me, we can't do that. Is he taking me down there? You know what I mean? And it was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So, did I do the right thing? Chat, did I do the right thing? Did I do the... Morally, I think I did. But did I do the right thing for me?
Oh, not for you, because you're a massive overthinker and you've thought about this and nothing else ever since.
Yeah. Yeah, like, someone else would have just done it and been like, all right, that's a thing that happened.
But dang it lies awake at night going...
But I'm the same, that's why I can say that. I overthink everything.
A chap I used to work with once said to me, he says, "Your problem, Dave, is you think too much." And I went, that's a really strange thing to blame someone of doing. Yeah. He's right. True. He's absolutely right. I think things too much. But yeah, there you go. That's what I wanted to tell you. And, you know, let's just be nice to each other and to ourselves. People aren't always trying to murder you.
Yeah.
Although sometimes they are, so it's best not to pick anyone up.
Dave, pick babies in London.
Wait, hang on. The moral of this story is so weird.
Sometimes people will try to murder you, but sometimes they won't.
A bit ambiguous.
H has just put, for the amount of anxiety it's caused you, maybe next time book them an Uber, which I probably should have done, shouldn't I? I probably should have done. It was really weird, though, the fact that every single molecule in my brain was going, don't pick them up. And then my mouth just went, jump in.
But I can guarantee you the thing that kept you awake more than anything else would have been I can't believe I thought they'd steal from me. I guarantee you that's the thing that made you like awake until 4:30. Not the I could have been murdered. It was I'm such a terrible person.
Yeah. Exactly that. Yeah.
I can imagine the headlines now. Powered Lorry to Mosley found to be racist.
Oh dear me.
On a separate note, if anyone's interested, Wolves Everton is 1-1.
Okay.
I was interested.
That's if we get anything against Everton, that'll be a good result.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they are a shitty team to play.
Right, moving on. We're nearly there, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, go wild, go crazy. It's Mikey.
Yay! 1990.
Woo! So, summer of 2009. It's a really rainy, like, bank holiday days in summer holidays. I'm really bored. I think, I know what I'll do. I'll write a play. That seems like a good thing to do, no pressure. It's not like it's going to be my job or anything,
It's not like you're going to be award nominated or anything.
So,
nice little plug there.
Oh
You're
my
welcome.
God.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
It's not like you're going to get picked up by the Beeb.
So,
Auntie.
Justin Bieber.
Yes.
yeah, Billy Max. So I write this play, and I sort of write what I know. So it's sort of, and the only thing I know at this point are two things: are theatre and education. Because who hasn't seen a load of TIE plays when you sort of like 16 to 18, and Stephen Burkoff.
Nice.
Like, so basically, like every fourth word was a fuck, just because I could.
To be fair, that is theatre and education. You've got to appeal to the young ones somehow, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. So it had a grand total of 2 drafts. One of those was, I quote, for spelling, which, looking back now is hilarious. Shaking. And when school started again, for some reason, I took it to my drama teacher and was like, I wrote a thing, miss. And like, looking back, obviously it was awful because it is. But she's like, yeah, this is all right, miss. We'll put it on. And if we just park that idea for the moment, lovely appearance by said cat there, by the way.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I only saw the tail and then was like, why is Adam brought like a cane up? I thought he'd like picked up like a staff.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's almost like this podcast is on brand. So this the same time I was in second year of A level. And I split my time of A level between sixth form at school, and twice a week I went to a college and did a course that was new. We were the first intake. It was called Creative Media Diploma.
Ooh.
And I did it because I thought, like, it's dead practical. And, like, but most of all, it's about 420 UCAS points for, like, I thought,
Sweet.
like, it's going to help, right?
It does sound like a course they've made up because they've got some lecturer somewhere who they
got
know
too many frees.
they know they want to get rid of him, but they can't really, and they need to get him to do something, and we'll just bundle some words together.
This
feel
was
like some random words put together to make a course. Yeah.
Sounds like what they did at work.
Yeah, it was a sort of course where sort of every unit begins with a mood board. And sort of it was like, and so every unit we did had like sort of this hypothetical client attached to it. So one time I created you did a lot of like of all different mediums. So some people did film for a module, some people did like fashion stuff. This one particular module, I made a plaque with some lapwings like imprinted on it, because the place we were doing it for sort of looked up, it was like a lapwing sanctuary.
Wow.
And like so it's just like really weird, and for like, and you had to create a portfolio where you like kept a log of your practice and you evaluated every step. And long story short, like, it was like nobody really knew what they were doing. It was a bit manic, not great for the old mental health, to the point where the TA who was employed by the school came with me, and like we'd complain so much because like no one involved like had any social skills and was a bit like devoid of anything. Like, so, and then this one module had to be something we could use again. So like maybe a film. So I said to my TA, I was like, I'm gonna write a play, Miss, because that'd be good.
Because I'm 1 for 1 at the minute.
Yeah, I can do a TIE thing, like aim it towards like people my age. And so I started doing my mood board and me spider diagrams, like everything started. From the age of 16 to about 22, I did nothing but media courses, and this sounds like every media course I ever went on. Yeah. So that week at college finished, went back to school, came back the next week, and my TA was like, I'm talking to Mrs. H, the head. You probably see where this is going. The head of drama. I was like, she says, you've already got a play. I said, oh yeah, miss, I wrote it over the summer. And then suddenly, and this TA is like, she's like quite a strict woman. Like if she comes in and does like sexual education with you, like, it's weird, but you listen because like she's a bit scary. Like if she wanted to do the work, you do the work. And she sort of leans into me and says, why don't you do that one? I was like, I can't miss, can I? Because that would be immoral, right? There are channels to go through.
And she's like, have you read the title of this course? For fuck's sake, Michael.
There are channels to go through.
I was like, there are, I've got to like hit certain points.
You're just so nice, Mike.
And you know what? Media studies, Mike. Honestly, I think I submitted the same film 4 times for different. They do not give a shit. They're just glad that you've done something that's remotely finished.
And she was like, "Well, they'll only know if you tell them." And she's like,
"Oh,
so
this is now a conspiracy."
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
like, technically, it's not lying because you haven't told them that it's an old one, or you haven't told them it's not new.
Oh, you know what's going to happen now? Mike's going to talk about all this nasty stuff he's done, and we're going to get kicked off Twitch, and then we're going to get kicked off Twitter.
No,
and then PayPal will take our money, and then Deutsche Bank will kick us out.
No, it's really quite humorous actually where it goes.
Hold off by Deutsche Bank, you've properly fucked up. They have got no sense.
Yeah,
no,
they don't shit.
Deutsche Bank have actually said today, we're not dealing with Donald Trump anymore, and it's like, Deutsche Bank!
Wow.
He owes them like 400 million or something.
Yeah. This is it. Mike's going to reveal such bad stuff that none of us are going to have a social media account. We'll have to start our own social media platform with Donald Trump, just so we can talk.
I reckon we can call it Marla or Marla.
I was told today, apparently, it's pronounced parlay.
It's the French verb that means to speak, but I didn't think that it was pronounced in the French way. I thought it was just...
Isn't it a bit strange that loads of far-right Nazis are using a French word?
Yeah, I think that's really weird. when they're all just like all the worst bits of flag Twitter hanging out there.
Flag Twitter and racist
Flag
dogs.
Twitter. Oh. So anyway,
sorry, Mike.
You're about to admit all your wrongdoings.
You and your lecturer were committing conspiracy to defraud the OCA.
The lecturers of the course knew nothing because this is just me.
That's
and
not
the
just
TA who was employed by the school.
They're lecturing in media studies, Mike.
Essentially,
it's not that they don't know anything about what you're doing. They don't know anything.
Essentially, to come with me and open doors was the TA's role. And
what a job description.
She says, look, the course is not great. And alert,
Did you say that?
Yeah, but that's a diplomatic answer. You need to bear that in mind.
I know I'm only here to open doors, Mike, but it's a waste of everyone's time, this is.
I was an SDNTA for a while. That is an accurate job description.
The course is not great. Numerous people have already left.
Including the 4 people who had my job before me.
And the lecturer.
Yeah, don't make more work for yourself. Just do the play you've already got written. So it's like, all right then, yeah. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
She's convinced.
And so we absolutely.
I just feel that one day I'm going to be saying this in court.
I felt like, the bit in Pick a Destiny where they stop off at the roadside diner.
Yes.
And meet the guy who's already broken into the museum in the past. And that's like I felt like this talking to Lottie. So I started to do like this mood board, and TA was like, if you're gonna do this, you're gonna need to make it look as though the stuff that's in your play you've come on organically and haven't just like. So what I did was sort of like, who am I going to write about? Like, just the characters like that just happen to be in this play I've already written, but like interspersed with the occasional red herring to sort of throw people off the scent, because I'm clever like that.
Yeah.
And so like I basically just made up all these like evaluations, and arguably the greatest bit of deflection that I managed to pull off doing this was like every fortnight we would have to have tutorials to sort of like discuss our progress and see how things are going. So what I did was the night before script meetings and stuff, where like I knew she'd want to see stuff, I selected print range and then like just printed off like the first couple of pages.
Beautiful. I have nothing
that had actually been saved on my computer for like 4 months because it was done.
I fucking love this.
I was like, yes, I've just written this over the weekend.
First 4 pages.
It's like really good. This will be great. So that was a go ahead.
I've got nothing but admiration for you and the decisions you're making. This is genius.
The thought that you put into it is wonderful.
This is proper genius. This is like I've invented a car. No, that's boring. This is actual genius. Because this is a man who's discovered a loophole, but is being sensible with it and isn't taking the piss.
Yeah. Carefully over the rope bridge of the chasm.
For the Wolves fans on the podcast, my dad has just come through into the kitchen holding a laptop, which is obviously like his watching device, and just looked at me, tilted his head to the side and gone. So I'm assuming that was not a comfortable 45 minutes.
It's now half time.
Right, okay.
So yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I love how your dad did the blowout and we all knew what he meant.
Yeah.
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 We're like really just sort of born to just feel a bit.
So you know when you had these tutorials and you gave
Yeah.
them the first 2 pages, you scribbled
Yeah.
them, and you went out the tutorial. When the TA opened the door for you, did she kind of go? We've got these, Mike.
Like, yeah, on the days we weren't at college, sometimes we'd meet and sort of like discuss what I did like 3 weeks ago, but just written it as if it's in the future tense.
Fucking beautiful.
So
I feel the amount of work you're putting into the conspiracy, you may as well have just written a fucking play.
Yeah.
Wait, it gets worse.
Have you thought about writing a play about someone who has to use a play, go meta on it?
Yeah, but
Inception it.
It's a play within a play in it. And
Have them play the TA.
Yeah. Yeah, you play that. A boom.
And I had it's a sort of this evaluation with the sort of document you have to sort of attach pictures to everything. What are you going off?
We're imagining what the TA was doing as you up the door, Mikey.
I know I make this. I know I make this point every week, but I actually rehearse this. And then you guys just turn up.
The pictures that Mike is putting into his portfolio are just him and his TA in Costas.
And also, bear in mind so that these pictures then come off your phone because it's 2009.
It's like they're shot through fog.
Four pixels. So everything's sort of out of focus. Sort of what it would be like if I had Instagram. Just sort of all a bit blurry. And so while this sort of project at college was
for fuck's sake, John, clip that.
I now want to host a photography contest between you and Michael J. Fox and just see who is better.
Oh, come on!
I think we should actually be me and Hannah because photography.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I did actually cheat on my A levels, as I think I've told the podcast before. So,
am I the only one who did it honestly?
And my A level.
I cheated on my English A level as well by copying a story wholesale on the internet.
No. I did it another way by not doing A levels.
I didn't. I did the pictures. I did my own pictures, but then I had to be like, here's some people that I was inspired by when I had my idea for the project, but I wasn't inspired by anyone. I just had the idea and done it. So I invented some people to be like, this is Richard. He takes pictures that are quite similar to mine. He's from Virginia and he cycles around Europe taking pictures of doors, because I'd done all these pictures of old doors. And I just printed some pictures off Google Images and we're like, yeah, here's some of his pictures.
You, Hannah, right there have just described the entirety of those 2 years.
Yeah.
Absolutely mad. What you like by the end of it, I had this portfolio must have been about 2.5 inches thick of paper.
Utter bullshit,
That's
Mike.
so much work,
Complete bollocks.
Wait, years.
Yeah, just
what I like to think though is that TA keeps going back into the staff room after every tutorial going, I tell you what, he's playing a fucking blinder in there. He's going through those meetings.
If this was a drama class, you get a fucking A as well. Just saying.
It gets better because we're only halfway through the story.
Oh my God.
The second half is wild. So at the same time this course was going on, I was of course doing A level at sixth form at my school, And I don't know if, Seth, you might remember this because we're a similar age, but on Wednesday afternoons, basically, everyone in sixth form had a thing called enrichment.
Oh, God.
Yeah, which is based, it was sort of a time in the afternoon where you could they'd sort of let you out into the world to sort of be a bit adult.
Yeah.
So you could do a shift at work, or
Enrichment should have been renamed. The teachers don't want to be here either. Just fuck off for an hour.
That's fine.
Yeah. So people, like, if you had driving lessons, people could have a driving lesson. It was like, but because I was on the special bus, I had to stay at school. So effectively, that was just a free period, which meant that actually for this project, it was quite handy because
when you can collate all the lies with you two.
It was my time. It was my time to sort of prepare and rehearse this play. So I got a few, like, there were 4 people in this play, 3 mates, and also oddly my sister. Just because I can't remember why, but like, yeah, I mean, yeah, but like,
you ain't got to pay your mates or your family, have you?
It's true. So over sort of maybe a period of like 5 or 6 weeks, for like 2 hours, we sort of rehearsed this 20 minutes play, and let me tell you, like, I directed it. I've only directed twice ever in my life, and this was the first time. And let me tell you, it was GCSE as hell. Like, everyone was multi-rolling. It was like, like each scene was separated by a blackout. Just nice. Like, it's just like, and everyone's going. I remember one time, because it was being filmed, we had to like practice with radio mics. The sound guy walked in, who incidentally was also quite scary, and you didn't like to be shouted at by him. And like it was sorting out the mics and stuff. And at one point, someone swore, like in the play, and
oh, Mike, you
should
froze.
Be doing that because it's
Mike, you froze. Mike, you froze.
Oh no!
Someone swore in the play.
Yeah. Someone swore in the play, and the man doing the sound looked at me and went, "Now, you shouldn't, like, that seems a bit of a strange thing to say, because it's your work, I won't tell you off." But I felt so powerful because I'd written it. Nobody could say otherwise. It's so wonderful.
Just imagine this play where you've just got your, like. You don't know what you're doing. Your mates don't know what you're doing. Your sister don't know what you're doing. No one knows. Really, the fucking TA is confused by the door. No one knows what's going on. Yeah. And then there's just this one bit where one of your mates walks onto stage and just goes, "Cunt!"
Into the mic.
when people talk about like the beat poetry in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the closest thing I've ever been to like.
Find it, and we will read it on air. We will all do multi-characters and have fun.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we need to do a lockdown episode where we are Mikey's play.
Oh,
yes.
No.
Yes.
Can I just, I love the fact that you don't think I've made sure there is no trace of this anywhere. No, it's all, there's nothing. Because why do you not think I'd have, it wasn't even the sister you're thinking of either, it was the other one.
T'other? We'll get on to the one then.
And so gradually, over like 5 or 6 weeks.
Well, hang on, 20-minute play, and it took you 12 hours to.
Like for like an hour and a half a week, you know.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, I had to kill time, Adam. It was the project. Like I didn't want to take too many liberties. Although saying that, let's we'll come back to that later on.
Oh God.
So, I mean, because again, another stage of this assignment was sort of how well, you market the thing. And so, like, I made flyers on MS Publisher.
Nice.
Who uses that nowadays?
Yeah.
Like, this is how, like.
Was there some clip art in there? Tell me you use clip art.
Yeah.
Oh,
clip
yes.
art with,
And was there word art?
clip art, word art with the rainbow font.
Yeah!
With a shadow on it. With a shadow on it.
Was there a picture in the bottom corner of an owl reading a book?
And so, naturally,
That little stick man with the little yeah.
And so naturally, as is custom in the process, I put it in my portfolio because it's evidence that I've done the work,
Evidence that you've
And then, so what I then did was guerrilla market everyone's pigeonholes in the sixth form common room. Put a flyer in, and like a load of friends said like they would come and like really excited by this play that was like geared towards. Oh, and I should say like there was like it's a lot of like wanky. So not that these issues are like homelessness isn't like wanky, but like the way I done it is like,
definitely was.
Obviously, definitely was a bit.
Like League of Gentlemen, it just reminds me.
Did it have like a message at the end that without love, our hearts are homeless?
Oh my God! It's like you were there. Like there was like cool voice. It was,
just imagine Steph walking up to the front of the stage going, "Without love, all our hearts are homeless," and then your sister in the background going, "Cunt!"
I can't help you or give you feed because I have spent all my money on the drugs. Oh, it was all a dream.
I'm going to tell you about my GCSE play in a minute. Go on, right?
And I'm not saying that the play was autobiographical in any way, but there was a scene about a man in a wheelchair who couldn't get a girlfriend. So I don't know where that's come from. Just like I think I made up completely out of my head. Don't cry, it's all right.
Did you do something like really subtle in the play where it was like, there's this guy in a wheelchair who hasn't got a girlfriend but he really likes his TA?
No.
No.
Well, it was just
turning round and you mean
it was just exposition. It was essentially what it was. And so we'd arranged that this play would take place on a Wednesday afternoon, like in the lunch hour, which in all fairness was the only time we could do it. But also, who the hell is going to give up their lunch hour, like, for a 20-minute play? Like, what was that, like?
Yeah, who's going to do that other than a massive performing arts school?
Yeah, I mean, but like, if what happens next is just managed to get a couple of media studies students involved. We had a 3-camera setup, 2 of which were controlled by a couple of media studies students. The other one was operated by my drama teacher, who was stood up at the top steps, so you had different views. And so like it was quite suave.
That is very
That's what I'd have been doing if I was at your school at that time. Is I'd have been doing and I'd have been fucking David Lean. I'd have been sitting there going, I am David Lean.
But it gets to like 5-1 on this performance day, and there's me, my TA, the actors, and the camera operators, and it's like, and maybe like 1 or 2 like really close friends, and like no one's like no one's around, like no one's turned up. And like I say to the TA, what are we gonna do, miss? Like I've got evaluations. And it's like if there's no audio, if nobody's watching it, I can't ask them, what their opinions are.
Because
like,
the last 2 years I've been doing this course, I've been completely honest.
No, this was,
Oh no.
this was only one module. And she's like, if I've got no audience, I can't ask them whether my play would affect their opinions on binge drinking or not. On binge drinking or not.
Oh God.
Then I can't show that I've done the evaluation. And then and there's also and my head of year, my head of sixth form also turns up. And so she's very looking forward to it. And then suddenly, TA says, wait there, I'll be back in a minute. And the TA is sort of no, what? We don't know where she's gone. 10 minutes goes by, and this theatre is a black box. So as you go in, you've got black curtains in front of you, pulled across. And she comes back 10 minutes later, and she's followed by about 30 12-year-old children.
Oh no.
What she'd done is she'd gone into food technology across, because she was a stalwart of the school. So if anyone needed anything, it was fine. What she'd done is she'd gone to this food technology class and gone, do you mind, miss, if I steal all of your class for 20 minutes? Michael needs an audience for a play. And I don't know if
you did smash with them last week, so they're fine.
Yeah.
It's fruit salad.
It's fruit salad.
Yeah. Beans on toast. Come on.
And I was like, I looked at my TA. I was like, what's happening? She's like, it's the best we've got. We've got to carry on. And I then look at my head of year, and for some reason, I don't know why, but I confide in her a bit, and she gives me what is to this day the single most useless piece of advice I've ever been given by anyone ever.
Just get ready to click this.
I say to her, miss, it's got a load of swearing in it. She looks at me and says, can't you change it? Now, after 5 weeks.
Do you know how hard I've been working on this?
Yeah.
So your mate in the background going, I can't.
She's like suddenly speechless.
Lady Gordon!
So
it's the most aggressive I've ever heard that word used.
Fucking easy, seem proper.
Before it starts, I sort of introduce the play, and I go, now, just to let you know, people, there is some bad language in it. Don't go repeating.
All these 12-year-olds went, yeah!
I can't go repeating it. Oh my God.
They knew the words already.
Yeah.
So, I said, but however, there is some funny moments. So if you find something funny, laugh. It's fine to laugh. It's a play. So we start, and then what follows is, I swear to God, the most uncomfortable 20 minutes. These kids are just staring. They nobody moves, and nobody moves not in a good way. And but the main thing is we get it done, and it finishes, and everybody goes back to their lessons, and it's fine. Then it suddenly occurs to me. What'd you say? Sorry, Dave.
I've done stand-up gigs like that.
Yeah, you and me both.
But then it suddenly occurs to me, and TA, we sort of both go, we can't really ask 12-year-olds what their opinion is on binge drinking or, the effect of homelessness on society. I'm saying it. I'm saying it, and I hate myself inside because I'm obviously not the person to tell this story. But it was 2010. I was 17, 18. So it's cool.
Yeah, no, it's
and it's but we need feedback for. And so what we see, because thinking back, how on earth my sister got time off her lessons? I've no idea. I must have really begged. It's mad.
And ironically enough, now your sister failed all her exams and has just been binge drinking for.
She would have had to. She would have got rid of that absolute monstrosity of a narrative structure.
What drove you to drink? Narrative structure.
What a fucking review. This is a monstrosity structure. The job of a critic is very easy.
And so my sister went off to her lesson, and it left me and the 3 other people who were all in sixth form having a free afternoon. So what we did was, this is really shocking. We went into the drama classroom and spent the rest of the day forging feedback forms.
Oh, Mike, you bad boy.
So really, there was no need for you to get all of those 12-year-olds in there because you didn't even use them for the reason that you got them.
You wrote this play years in advance. Literally, the entire process has been faked.
Literally 4 months in advance, not years. It wasn't
8 years in advance, Mikey.
And we thought, well, we can't just put the same review for everything. So what we did, we sort of wrote as people sort of So there was we did
that one on the front row kept eating his own stuff. Yeah. What do you think he'd think?
This play was all right. This play was really, really good. I would recommend it to a friend. 5, and then we had another person that was this play was sick. It's just
God.
Really because that's how we thought we were being really coded and cool about it. As we must have done about 45 of these forms over.
Were they all in the same handwriting?
No, because of it. Well, I mean, I didn't think about that.
Did you at least change the colour of pen, just once?
We must have done, because
did you make them all really good? Every person liked it?
I don't think so, because the TA was quite strict, so would not let us. And so eventually,
did you write some in different accents and then put the names down of the kids as though they were from that area? Angus McScott. Right.
We adore this play.
I've never seen a play like it.
It's where I know so much. It's how I practice it.
It were a real play pet.
There's kids from all over the country at this school.
And then So the next stage was, of course,
Alan
the
Shearer.
editing.
Alan Shearer. Why, yay? It were great.
The next stage.
Why is Alan Shearer at this school?
I mean, have you heard him speak? He probably should come back.
Aw.
Oh, God.
Shannon, they scored more goals than us than they saw one.
Can I just say, Mikey, this is the best story anyone's ever told.
I've been,
Oh, my face hurts.
as a bit of an inside scoop. Remember that podcast really early on where I forgot what words were?
Oh, was
Yes.
this what you were going to do
Yeah.
then?
This was the story I was supposed to tell then. But,
Oh
like,
my
I've been
god!
waiting after a year for it.
yeah, I know.
Well,
Yeah, it was worth the wait.
So, yeah, so the really final stage of this process is to go back to college and to edit all the camera footage together and make it look slick and like a film. I did this on Final Cut Pro. Are we familiar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Final Cut Pro gave me so much anxiety
Yeah.
because, like, if you editing, I'd imagine, is difficult anyway.
Yes.
But when you are indeed a man lacking in fine motor skill, to call
Yay!
it
It's back.
way,
I wasn't chewing the fact you've got lots of. I'll just clarify.
That felt weird.
Can I just say, it's never gone away. I'm still as magic as I previously. I'm still waiting. Christmas miracle. Never fucking comes to it.
Maybe you need to ask Jesus properly.
Maybe.
maybe if you find Jesus with one of these. Like,
Christmas.
Why don't you
people
write
just
Jesus?
become
Oh,
a
God.
Fanta machine? Like,
Why
like
don't
what's
you-
happened?
Why don't you write the baby Jesus a play?
And actually write it this time and not repurpose one you wrote previously.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, Mike. That's what it
Yeah.
was. This
yeah,
wasn't about
Jesus doesn't reward sinners.
I was 17.
Why does it always rain on me? Because I stole a play I'd previously written when I was 17. That's the full lyric.
Stop me, I've got hiccups. Let me.
No, we must keep this going. Let's see what other bodily functions we can make improve.
Despite motor skills are all right for that.
Yeah.
Mikey's nativity. The
Love
three
you.
wise men are all binge drinking.
And hopeless.
And
And,
Yeah,
the sheep's at the back
brought-
going, cunt!
The three wise men in Mikey's story brought a bottle of Buckfast, a half a tequila, and half
Half
a
the
cabana.
selection box.
in all fairness, the
Happy
footage.
birthday, Jesus. I got you a bottle of scotch. I did. Well, I dropped it, but don't tell Mary. Craig, can I wet the baby's head? Give us. Where's the Jaeger? Happy birthday to Jesus.
What is happening here?
Oh, God. Anyone know the wall score?
1-1.
1-1 still.
Lovely.
He's
so
fine, don't worry.
So about this footage that came out, didn't come out too badly in all fairness, except for one camera angle, because it where I'd watched the play from, whenever the camera cut to that angle, I was in every shot, and nobody like the camera operator didn't tell me. So when I saw it on the edit, I went back to her and went, "Why did you not tell me every time you cut to that angle that my mug was in every shot? Like this play was happening, and then there's my face just sitting there in the background looking really panicky, just like, oh, I didn't want to tell you because I thought it was your play, so I thought you'd want to be in there." Which I guess on the one hand is sort of quite considerate, but also really odd.
It's what I love about all of Burkhoff's plays is that in all the versions of it, he hovers around the back just at the curtain.
Yeah. Just show up.
I know the lines, right?
Really weird dream sequence
Yeah.
Like, and you're just sat there, just like la 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 la, as it all.
It's all happening in a little cloud. Just
Yeah.
We needed was a fog machine. Oh,
Yeah.
that is so good.
I mean,
yeah.
fucking hate
So-
it. All right.
In the eventual end cut, I'll give you like a credit sequence. With some
Good.
fancy
'Cause you got
fonts.
final cut, you might as well.
Yeah. It's all looks quite slick for what it is, and like really cool. I hand it in its own like little sleeve. It's got my name on, like the play name labelled, and it's and I'll get the mark back.
Nice.
I'll get a D, which was a tiny bit deflating, but like even then, like that D is probably worth like 3 million Newcastle points.
Yeah.
So it's sort of
You did all that work for a conspiracy.
yeah.
And they only gave you a D?
And
I'm
the
trying
final-
so desperately to not make Michael got the
Yeah.
D joke. Like, I'm trying so
well,
You failed. You did it already. You did it.
Michael worked really hard for the D. You filmed yourself getting the D.
How did it feel when you got the D?
There were 3 men and your sister involved in you getting a D.
Oh, come on.
Come on. We're better than this.
When you
We're
got
not
the
better.
D, did you feel like you had been shafted?
I thought this podcast was going to be the one that all my family could watch back.
No.
How has she getting that D?
It's been
how's
quite
that affected
funny,
you?
but
How's it
apparently
changed
not
you?
now. Well, I mean, at this point, like, it's lockdown.
Gotta get what you can get.
Oh, God.
So,
Oh,
and
God.
the bit of sort of feedback I get from the lecturer is that they weren't so sure about the swearing, because if they were going to show that like for a class full of kids, it might sort of distract them a little bit.
And you were like, I already have.
Yeah.
These 12-year-olds loved it.
Like a 12-year-old running around going, cunts.
I think you'll find that not a single one of the feedback forms said that the swearing was bad. So
I'm sort of sat there thinking, I said to get marked down because teachers can't control, like, teachers can't, what? Like,
What were you going to say about teachers?
I love teachers. It's
You better.
cool. Like, they're wonderful.
Oh,
And
God.
as we know from my dance exploits, God love teachers. And love you, Steph.
Good
Will
answer.
you marry me? Will you marry
Of
me?
course. Of course.
Thought it was worth a shot.
out in the cold again. Jesus
Um,
Christ. It's
They don't
fine.
know
When you
the
pick the flowers, it's not like it's serious or anything.
I still really love your Charlotte Greenwood.
Oh, God.
And then I do the course, complete the 2 years, go off to uni, and come home, and someone sends me this link to an article in the paper, and I open this link up, and the headline is something like diploma dashed because of marking discrepancies. What
So
had
you could have
happened
got more
was-
than you did.
Well, effectively, yeah.
Oh my God.
What had happened was, not just in the region, but nationwide, it turned out not only did this particular college not know what they were doing, everybody did not know what they were doing. And I was one of 2 intakes that actually got like the degree before it was defunct.
Oh my God.
And so it was like, yeah. So that's the story about where I like to think I sort of played a part in bringing down an arm of the education, which now is less funny given the circumstances.
So what the moral of the story that we're going for here, Michael, is you have a void D.
Yeah, I do.
But as I pointed out in the chat, Mike, because there's no way of them checking it, it's an A.
Your D is
You
valid.
see?
Your D is.
And to be fair,
Michael.
it's no
Actually,
less
it's
than the
funny.
lies you
It's
told
funny
during the
because
course.
that is what the doctor said. Lol.
Mikey, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay! And it's
Oh,
wonderful
God.
day.
Wonderful day. Fucking hell, Mike.
I'm not even sorry anymore.
That was worth the wait, that was.
It was.
That's the best thing anyone's ever done ever.
And I can
Is anyone
sympathise.
else really up now? Like,
Right. Now, we've got one more story to go. It's Hannah's. Hannah, we're running over. You've got about 10 seconds. I understand you once met a Chuckle Brother.
Both of the Chuckle Brothers.
Brilliant. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for tonight.
Yeah. That's all I got. I've not left the house for 10 months.
What do they smell like?
When I was 11, I met 2 Chuckle
You're
Brothers.
not getting away
What
with that.
did they
Ladies and
smell
gentlemen,
like?
Hannah Platts.
Okay. I'll try and be brief.
Yay! Yay!
Basically, I was trying to think of a story, and then someone, I think it was Adam, sent me a TikTok of Paul Chuckle strutting down a corridor, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I've met the Chuckle Brothers," and then I was like, "Oh shit, I should do that story."
Which one was Paul? Was he to me or to you?
He's the one that's alive.
Depends which side that you're
Oh.
standing on. Barry's the shorter one, who's now sadly deceased.
Steph's face. Steph was genuine. Steph. Oh, Steph.
Yeah,
I
the Chuckles are an
forgot.
institution. So when I was in year 6 at primary school, some people came in and they gathered us all together in one classroom. We were like, "What's going on?" And it was a producer guy called, I think, Chris. I don't know why I remember that. And somebody else. I've got a weird memory. And a woman. And he had a clipboard. And he was like, "Oh, we're from To Me To You with the Chuckle Brothers." And we were all like, "Oh."
28 she was. She's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Not my joke. Not my joke.
It was 11. It was 11. So they basically asked us a load of questions and we had to answer them correctly, which obviously I did because I'm a trivia genius. And then they like chose like 4 people, 5 people or something, and they took them into the TV room, which is the room where we could watch the one television. Hi. Thanks.
yeah,
The
hold
TV
on.
room.
You mean your TV wasn't on casters and wheeled in? By
Oh, it
Yeah.
wheeled in from the cupboard. Yeah. So you had to sit in the specific room, and then they wheeled the TV in on its trolley into the
If it was
room.
just in a specific room, why didn't they leave the TV in there?
I don't know.
This is so Tory that you have a
No,
specific
if you
room.
saw my
for
school,
telly.
you would not think that.
Did you have a big top-loading VHS player as well?
Yeah, it was like a big and the TV was like this thick.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And then they could never use the VHS. It would never like tune in or whatever to the right
Rules,
channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like so they took some of the kids off, right? It was literally just, there were no chairs in the room. You had to sit on the floor. It was literally just like it was just like a room
That's
that
just the rule in primary
Oh, so
school.
you were a floor
Windows.
Tory or a floory? A floory.
I'm going to Google a picture of my primary school so you can see it's not Tory. So anyway, they took some kids off and they did a thing where they had to like run up and down the TV room or something.
Well, that's ableist.
Yeah. And I only got that secondhand because my friend Simone was one of the people that were chosen. So they picked 2 people, my friend Simone and this lad David, and they were going to be the contestants. So I don't know if you remember To Me To You, but it's like there's 2 contestants from each school, and the rest of you just sit around like a baying mob.
Poor David, like.
Yeah.
Like, Simone was specifically your friend. But
Yeah.
David was just like this lad.
David was fine. I don't remember much about him.
What's his surname?
I'm not telling you because you'll fucking Google him.
Because I have the audacity to still have a professional LinkedIn account that I don't pay for, so I can find whomever.
Right, I don't want you to find him.
David to me to you.
Anyway, you don't know the name of my school, so you can't find it.
Was it David Jennings?
No, but I do
That was
know
the-
someone called that. What the fuck?
So I searched on LinkedIn David to me to you, and that was the first one.
I know someone. Anyway, we're trying to be quick here, you fucking idiots. 10 to 10. Right.
His experience is to me.
Are you done?
I'm just scared.
Okay.
Are
So,
you
so are we okay. So we all had to get on a coach and go down to London for the show. And so the coach and the coach took us to the big, you know, the old BBC centre with the things on the wall, the big like
BBC
the-
Television Centre.
yeah,
And
it
then
took us
SW1.
there, and we were like, "This is amazing." Turns out that's not where it's filmed. The bus driver had got it wrong. We were like, "Oh, it's amazing," and then they were like, "Oh no, shit," and took us to like some weird back end in like Enfield somewhere, and like, like somewhere. I can't remember where it was.
Hello to Enfield.
It wasn't that, but I can't remember where. But anyway, it was like just some random concrete building that didn't. Anyway, we were like, because we were all like obviously quite excited, but also quite trashy as a school. We were like very plucky, and so we got off the coach and they put us into this little room that had like.
Were you the posh school in Nativity?
No. We really were.
Did you have like little pleated?
No, we didn't even have like
You're fulfilling your own fantasy now, Mike. Did you have a pleated skirt, Hannah?
No, I didn't wear.
No, because it's what in Nativity. Oh, stop it.
No, it's just like a little local primary school with just a bunch of like slightly trashy people in, like, you know, so but like plucky. So we were like, they took us off the coach and we went into this room that had like it was the one wall was all glass, but it had like those old blinds, like you know, those pink blinds like these.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And so we were looking through the blinds because the other school arrived on their bus outside. And so we were like shouting at them and being like, yeah, we're going to win.
It's Nativity.
We were like, whoa. and we got told off. And then so they made us come away from the windows and shut the blinds. And then so we... you go into the like I don't know if you remember the classic game show To Me to You with the Chuckle Brothers, but there's like a sort of bit in the middle that's like a circle, and then there's the two banks of seating either side, so it's like a sort of amphitheater, I suppose, but not as fancy as that, and it's all set up like a fake kind of like, I don't know, there's bits of it are like a sort of fake ruin and a fake sort of jungly bit, but it's not like
oh my god, I remember this now.
Yeah, so you're sat on the two and you have
That's
to
not
win
what I needed.
coconuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were sat on the thing, and so they were like, oh, you know, if your friends are doing a thing, feel free to shout out and stuff. So obviously we all just went mental and we were like screaming. And when it was on TV, we watched it back. There's one bit where you can just see me going, Alsatian! Because I was trying to get them to say the right answer to the question. And there's one bit where you see the camera pans out so you can see the two banks of seating and either side, and you see my brother on the end stand up and shake his fist at the other people. Just like...
So I've very briefly had a look. They're on YouTube.
Right.
Do you know which episode you were in?
I've got no idea, because obviously it was like 1998 or something.
That narrows it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know because like I didn't even like video it or anything. Do you know what I mean?
I just looked on the first one that was there, and the kid's name was Sean McWeeny, and
Ooh.
that's made me do many giggles. LinkedIn.
The other fun thing was that there's a celebrity guest on To Me to You every week, and the one on our episode was Chris Jarvis, TV's Chris Jarvis from Kids TV.
That'll narrow it down.
Yeah.
I
But he
probably was
is
at the
still
wheelchair services that afternoon.
Sean
But
McWeeny.
he's still
now
doing
works-
CBBC now. The man's a trooper. You can't, you can't fault his work ethic. But yeah, so
It's series 1, episode 1, folks.
the only British Sean McWeeny is the frontman for the band The Safety Fire.
Safety Fire.
I can't play it. We'll get copyright struck.
Yeah. Well, I'll see if that's the right one. Anyway,
Yes,
so
we
you
will.
have to win coconuts into Me to You, and we had won 3 coconuts, and the other team, who was like King somebody or something school, had won no coconuts, and we were like, yeah, check us out, yeah, in your face, like people wearing blazers. We've got all the coconuts. But my friend Simone was obviously one of the contestants, so her mum had come with us, and so she was up in the producers thing, looking down on it all, and she heard them say, "Oh, we've got to let them have some points as well. Like we can't let it be a whitewash because like they're little kids." And I was like, "No, they must learn."
Because
if you lose, you lose. So it ended up.
that's the attitude of the ruling classes.
We were beating them anyway. So it ended up being like 3-3 at the end. So there was a tiebreaker. It was tense. And the tiebreaker question, which I always remember, it's scarred into my brain, is what letter comes before W in the alphabet?
No.
Hey.
Yes, it is. But David said X. David quickly went X and then went no. And then we'd lost. The whole thing. So we also got told off for shaking our fists, etc. at the other kids on the way out. And just at everyone, just like we were robbed. But let me tell you, the Chuckle Brothers were delightful.
What did they smell like?
Do you know what? I didn't smell them. I was 11. I hadn't
developed a sense
a reputation for sniffing. At that point, I was in my 20s by that time. It was fun and weird, and we should have won, and we were robbed. And Chris Jarvis was very nice and signed autographs for us all.
Ah,
that's my quick version of that story.
Hannah Platts, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to wrap up because I don't know about you, but I'm definitely going through this episode with the fine-tooth comb. And I will be sending the pictures to Steph to put up on the socials.
I'll put the link on Discord.
Lovely.
Okay.
Can I just say, we haven't done this for about a month. I've loved this. God, I've missed you guys.
Yeah.
I've missed you guys. Now, next week, it's the lock-in next week, even though tonight's stream says the lock-in because I forgot to change the title.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, God,
Right.
you've been doing so well.
You're doing so well.
You remember to take the will be on in a bit off, though, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I took that off.
Yeah.
So it is the lock-in next week. And it's also someone's birthday.
It's my birthday.
Ooh,
Santa Platts' birthday.
Platts.
And it's also the day before Donald Trump gets kicked out of office if he hasn't already
Yeah.
been kicked out of office.
What a time to be alive.
Have an impeachment party.
Yeah.
a joint impeachment and birthday party.
Yeah. The last night of the Trump administration. My
Can we
bad.
call it? Can we call it?
No.
Hold on, Mikey's got his
Can
joke.
we call it? Can we call it a Platt's impeachment?
Hey! Platt's impeachment. There we go, folks.
Now I want to eat a peach.
What?
I didn't
Your
even
hair needs
sleep.
to be peach by next week, Hannah.
Mm?
Your hair needs to be peach by next
Oh,
week.
well, I'll wash it a couple of times. It'll go peachy.
And I didn't even
Yay.
sleep last night. Imagine what it's like when I've had a full night's sleep and I'm on the floor.
Is anyone else not sleeping?
And on
I'm
that
not
note,
sleeping.
Yeah, I'm
I
starting
thought
to
it was just me.
No, I'm awake till
No, everyone,
whenever.
yeah.
And I keep like going to sleep, and then like I'll wake up and go, my alarm's gonna go off in a minute, and then it's like
Yeah.
12:05, so
And
I'm
you're
like to
like,
sleep, and then I'm like, oh my god, it was my alarm's gonna go off in a minute. It's 2:30, and I'm
Yeah, the
like,
panic wake-ups. Mm.
I'm just a continuous ball of spasm.
Oh.
It's really good.
that's what you want to tell the ladies, Mike.
No.
on the subject of peach, if anyone wants any peaches in Animal Crossing New Horizons, that's what's growing on my island. So
Yeah, same. I've got a peach island too. Mm.
I genuinely didn't know where that was going.
On the subject of peaches,
let's wrap this up because this has already been going on way too long.
got
7:30
overexcited because we missed each other.
7:30 next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Join us in the Discords where I reveal what Wolves players were not very good
Oh
at their
yes.
job.
And speaking of Wolves, we're 2-1 down.
Yeah, I know we was 2-1, weren't we? It's about 5 minutes ago.
86 minutes, still 2-1 down.
So
False.
thank you, chat, for joining us. Thank
Yeah,
you
thanks,
all
chat.
for being
Thanks,
so
chat.
lovely.
You nutters.
Thank you to you, Phil, because you're all brilliant. And,
Yay. Thank you to you, Dave Pitt.
yeah.
The poet laureate of Mosley.
Mikey.
Everybody,
Mikey got enough nights. Like,
Bye. Yeah, bye.
everybody frozen then.
Yeah,
So,
you
like,
disappeared,
a
Mike. Is
solid-
what happened.
A solid 50 seconds.
oh.
So join us next week. Thank you for coming. My God, my throat's sore. Mikey,
What?
thank you for that story.
Oh, pleasure.
You're all awesome. See you next week. Everyone say goodbye to the YouTubes. Bye, YouTube.
Bye,
Bye,
YouTube.
YouTube.
Where's my mouse? There it is.